everyone, Intuitive Edge here. So let's talk about General Flynn. Now, as many of you know, if you've been following this case, General Flynn has been through the ringer, and the prosecution, the Department of Justice, basically realized they had no case to further any prosecution of him. They basically said, we're not going to prosecute, and the judge is refusing to drop the case. Through an unprecedented move, the judge, after having a hearing where a three-panel judge said, yeah, Department of Justice, there's nothing here, the judge in this case decided that he was going to take it before a full panel, and he got the ruling he wanted, meaning they're just going to drag it out and drag it out. What they're hoping for, as we can all guess, is that Biden will win, and then Biden will put his people in the Department of Justice. They'll reopen the case against General Flynn, and they will prosecute him to the full and put him away for a long time. That's what they're probably hoping to do. Obviously, General Flynn knows a lot, and he is quite a threat to the powers that be. So they are doing everything they can to stop him. Now, I did a reading on General Flynn a while back, and basically what came through the cards, what I picked up on, was that General Flynn had some sort of darkness, like an attachment. Not coming from him, but simply something that had gained a foothold in him or in his life, and it was like a link. And that was what was allowing this persecution, I'm going to call it, of him. And the darkness needs to be broken, I believe, in order for General Flynn to be vindicated. The question I'd like to ask is he going to be vindicated? But I think the deeper question is, will that foothold that the darkness has to be able to wreak havoc in his life, is that going to be broken? And for that, I guess we'll take a look at the cards and see what the cards have to say. Anyway, it would be best for justice to be served in this case. And it's hard for us on the outside to watch this persecution of this man that was set up, Nancy Pelosi. This is what a real setup looks like. It's called General Flynn. Anyway, we're going to take a look at the cards and see what the cards have to say. I'll be right back. All right, so I've laid out the cards, and let's get into it. The first card out is the Hierophant. This is a card of conformity, group pressure to go along with the group. It's crossed by justice reversed. Group conformity crossed by an unjust situation or a miscarriage of justice. Up above, we have the Queen of Wands reversed. Is about taking positive action, and she is reversed. She's being subversive as a reversal in this case. We had this card underneath, kind of what led up to things. This is the Ace of Pentacles. When I saw this, I saw just what came to me immediately when I flipped this card over, is I saw the issuance of this coin, this symbol of value. And I felt like there was some type of bribe involved. This is in the position of what led up to all of this. And I feel as though some of the players, perhaps maybe some of the judges, but somebody's been offered a bribe to keep this thing going against General Flynn. We have the Star reversed in the past, which is a kind of a losing hope. That's kind of nice as a reversal heading into the past. We have the Magician heading into the future. It is a major arcana. And this tells me that there is a lot that can shift and change with this magician card, because you're basically open to playing with all of the elements at your disposal. And it's the ultimate card of the creator. A very creative energy, coming up with new ideas, new solutions, something new. General Flynn, on him himself, this card came in reversed. It's the card of the overcomer. And it's on the reversal. I get this sense with this foothold, I guess, the stronghold of darkness over him that's got probably tentacles around him. If you were able to see in the spirit realm, that's probably what it would look like, kind of wrapping around him and kind of holding him down. Now, he is more powerful than that. We all are. We all are creators in and of our own right. And when we're connected to God and spirit, we can break those things off. But if we don't know that they're there, or we don't know what we're dealing with, or we don't know how to deal with that, it can be very hard to break those things off. He does have the world on the environment around him. This is a card of success. Now, it's interesting with him underneath having this, still not being in an overcoming position, but he's got this magician flowing into the world around his environment, creating some success. Now, the inner hopes and fears is the burden card, being saddled and burdened and being shackled with this. I'm just going to call it a thing. I don't know what to call it. The stronghold that's over him. I'm sure he feels the weight of it. He may not know exactly what it is, but in the spirit realm, it's a thing. It's a tentacles. It's a dark, like an attachment, a spiritual attachment. On the outcome position, he's got this card, waiting and watching. Is a card of standing guard and waiting. With that creator card on the future and that waiting, I'm wondering if there's going to be something flowing into the environment, some new thing he's going to try, or some new way. But, I just have to say, dealing with an attachment, it's like you have to deal with the attachment before the situation can necessarily get better. And sometimes with dealing with the attachment, the situation will just automatically remedy on its own. It's like the spiritual issue, I think, is the biggest culprit here. And that is going to have to be dealt with on some level for him. And I'm wondering what it's going to take to break that. So that waiting card on the outcome is, to me, it's like you're hoping for a different outcome. You're maybe working on a different plan of action and just kind of waiting for it to work itself out. And it's like this endless waiting game. Well, your life is kind of being strung up in the middle in the process. He does have the moon underneath. The moon, the card of illusion. The card of the veil, the card of secrets. So he's not out of the woods yet. And as we know, if he doesn't get vindicated, then President Trump will likely pardon him before he leaves office. Otherwise, if Biden were to win, which I don't think he will, But if he were, they would absolutely railroad General Flynn into the ground. And so General Flynn, that waiting, if it was any one of us, we'd be on pins and needles, like, what's gonna happen to me? You know, his whole life is like literally hanging in this balance in between worlds. It's like I'm stuck in limbo here. So attachment to work itself out for God to reveal to General Flynn is going to be the one that needs to break it, because he's the only one who really can. It comes through his will, his understanding, and his connection with God to help him. It could be a curse too. Sometimes curses get placed on people. We never know, what exactly attachments, where they exactly come from or what causes them. It can be a variety of things. This one feels like it was kind of placed on him. So that's where the link is, that where it needs to be broken from is where it came from. Anyway, it's probably going to take somebody that can work with him. I think I mentioned in my previous video I did on him a while back that if he could work with a good Reiki master, they could help him probably break that thing. But I really sense that if it was to be broken, that negative connection, this whole thing would just upend itself and flip and go in the right direction for him. But as it stands now, there's this big waiting game. Eventually it may work out and truth may prevail regardless of this thing. Be praying for him for strength, and that he'll recognize what this is, and that he'll begin to get the upper hand over it, because it's an illusion. Now, attachments are very real, but they're also an illusion, because they make it seem as though the attachment is your life and it is stronger than you, and the truth is they're not. They take only what power we give them. And sometimes we don't know when we're giving something energy in our life that's negative. It's live and learn a lot of times. So anyway, that's all I've got for General Flynn. I'm hoping that this situation can change and right itself. He does have that magician card and the world card on his environment, and the magician in the future. So I think there could be something good coming, but right now it's a waiting game. So, all right, that's all I have for this. Hopefully that will change for him, and this will bounce and go in a new direction. All right, that's all I have for this. Thanks for watching. We'll catch you in the next video coming up soon. Bye for now.